Welcome to Motion to Adjourn, the podcast about the work that continues with the Birmingham City Council, beyond what happens on Tuesdays during council meeting.
All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Or in the committee meeting.
Aye.
After the official motion to adjourn, the councilors continue work on behalf of the city and its residents. Welcome to the Motion to Adjourn podcast. I am your host, Anaya Kenyon. I serve as project manager for the Birmingham City Council. Today, we are diving into some of the most significant items that were mentioned during Tuesday's council meeting. On Tuesday, the council unanimously approved the FY 2027 operating budget, totaling $615 million. This year's budget places a strong focus on infrastructure, neighborhood revitalization, and cradle-to-career support for Birmingham residents. To strengthen local neighborhoods, the budget dedicates $19 million to revitalization initiatives, including $12 million for street resurfacing, $3 million for weed abatement, $1.5 million for demolition and blight removal, $1.53 million for critical home repairs, $500,000 for traffic calming, $300,000 for recycling, and $200,000 for the facade improvement program. The budget also invests heavily in cradle-to-career programs, with funding that includes $2 million for the Birmingham Promise, $1 million for mental health support in Birmingham City schools, $1 million for financial literacy curriculum, and $1 million for the Common Ground conflict resolution programming. Additionally, services supporting unhoused residents and community violence intervention programs each receive a $1.5 million increase, bringing both to $3 million in total funding. Let's hear from Councilor Clinton Woods, Chair of the Budget and Finance Committee.
Our budget, FY27 budget, passed today, $615 million. And so, as always, we're always looking to how do we best meet the needs across our entire city, from current employees to past employees, through the pension, to our public safety infrastructure, and kind of growing our educational footprint. So excited to be able to pass that today, getting that done, but there's still a lot of work to do in the way we execute and expend those funds, but excited to complete this process for FY27 and honestly begin to start thinking about FY28 now as we're executing this budget. So we've continued to focus on what residents have asked for, infrastructure, public safety, educational, and those things lead to population growth and more economic development. And so those are three core areas that we've continued to focus on. So when we look at public safety, we have to look at that twofold. We look at what BPD is doing through their increased, police force, as well as technology and the impact that they're having in solving crimes. But there's a bigger picture. And so we have to make sure that we're investing in the entire ecosystem. And so violence interruption, how do we prevent crime from happening in the first place? And that investment was needed. And so we're going to continue to grow that footprint. Ideally, we get to a place where our crime rates lowering continues. We've had a very good 24 months of decreasing crime, decreasing violent crime specifically. And we want to continue that, but we don't want to be solely in a reactionary place. We want to be able to be as proactive as possible. And that's what these dollars do. They allow us to empower more people on the ground that are not simply responding to crime, but are getting ahead of things and preventing things from happening in the first place.
To review the full FY 2027 budget, visit birminghamal.gov/budget 2027. Again, that's birminghamal.gov/budget 2027. The council approved a resolution authorizing the administration to apply for an Underrepresented Communities Program grant from the U.S. National Park Service. If awarded, the city will use the funding to hire a historic preservation consultant to survey the Fountain Heights community and prepare a National Register of Historic Places nomination for its historic properties. No local match is required. During the Civil Rights Movement, Fountain Heights emerged as a critical site for change, often cited by researchers as the front line of Birmingham's desegregation. In the late 1960s and 1970s, the community was reshaped by the construction of I-65 and I-59, which enclosed the neighborhood on 3 sides. Today, it remains one of Birmingham's oldest and most historic communities, dating back to its founding in 1882. The council has approved a 1-year interlocal agreement that brings the city of Birmingham together with surrounding municipalities to establish a multidisciplinary response team dedicated to child abuse cases. Participating city and county partners include Jefferson County, Bessemer, Brighton, Fairfield, Hoover, Hueytown, Lipscomb, Midfield, and Pleasant Grove. Under this agreement, the MDT will investigate child abuse, neglect, and situations in which children have witnessed violence. The partnership is designed to ensure that every case is approached through a coordinated, trauma-informed process, strengthening collaboration across all involved jurisdictions. The Clay House Children Advocacy Center will serve as the team's documentation hub, tracking cases, compiling detailed summaries, and preparing materials for review to support the MDT's coordinated response. Don't leave just yet. We'll be right back after this quick message.
It's Councilor Clinton Woods here. Get ready, Birmingham. On July 11th at 9 a.m., the annual Man Up Breakfast is happening at Nikki's Event Center, and you don't want to miss it. This powerful community tradition honors fathers and shines a spotlight on the life-changing impact of mentorship for our city's young people. Let's pack the room, celebrate the men who lead with purpose, and energize our commitment to supporting the next generation. Make plans to be there, invite a friend, spread the word, and be a part of something meaningful and inspiring.
Welcome to Motion to Adjourn, the official podcast of the Birmingham City Council. We're breaking down council meetings, city services, community projects, and the voices shaping our future. If you want to know what's really happening in Birmingham, this is your spot.
Well, we're back with a motion to adjourn the Birmingham City Council podcast. And today we're going to talk about one of my favorite initiatives, the District 6 Farmers Market. So this idea was birthed in 2022 to bring fresh local produce directly to D6 residents and to the city of Birmingham and strengthen neighborhood connections. The last market, which marked the return of the market, which was June 13th, but we also have 2 more markets which will occur on the second Saturday in July and August. And right here we have one of my favorite vendors, Maddie's Garden. How are you doing today?
I am well. How are you today?
I'm so good.
Thanks for having me.
Returning for another season of the farmers market. And so can you talk about a little bit, because you were one of the first supporters. Thank you, by the way.
Absolutely.
So kind of talk about, from participating in the first year of the farmers market in 2022 to now in our, 4th or 5th season, 2026.
Sure. Well, participating the first year, I did not know what to expect. I knew that it was a newer market, and but I love the initiative. Mm-hmm. So that's what grabbed me, bringing local produce to the community. That initiative alone grabbed me. So I had to sign up. And once I got there, and everyone was just, so pleasant, so welcoming, and everyone's just very excited. It was a vibe there that day, and I really got into it. And once the community started coming out and everyone was very excited and, excited to be there and asking questions about, what we have. It was just easy. It was just easy to do. So I just felt like right at home, really.
I love that. I'm sorry, I didn't even allow you to introduce yourself. So who is the face behind Maddie's Garden?
Well, my name is Jacqueline Jackson, urban farmer from Maddie's Garden. Maddie's Garden is an urban farm here in Birmingham. We have been operating since 2018. We grow fruits, herbs, vegetables. We're very much known for our microgreens. We also now raise chickens for eggs. Yes, that's new from the last time. Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
I really do. And I've had some of your microgreens, and they have been absolutely amazing.
Nice.
And what are the benefits of microgreens before we go to the next question?
Sure. Well, microgreens, most people hear about sprouts. Sprouts is literally what it is. It's a sprout. But microgreens is actually that next stage up as far as how it grows. And it's a great way to actually introduce like greens to your diet, where most people may like to eat a little bit more meat, which is fine. You can still have your meats. But what I love the most about microgreens is very nutrient dense. So, for example, instead of eating a full head of broccoli, I offer what is called broccoli microgreens. So it's literally a microgreen, and it's a more denser nutrient approach to the same broccoli. So it's a little bit more kind of a fun way to add greens to your diet.
Awesome. So with something like this, I love all farmers markets. It's more kind of the concept from farm to table, right?
Yes.
So residents get to enjoy fresh produce, free vouchers, cooking demonstrations, and more. And you guys are able to literally take your babies from the ground and give them to people directly instead of going through a middleman. So how do programs like this and markets like this help to support both farmers and the community?
Absolutely. Well, the biggest thing is by our community members supporting us, it keeps us farmers going as well, even in an encouraging type of way. I like to see our community members come out and they're even asking questions. Like the last market last month, I had, this month, it's still June, sorry, just 2 weeks ago, I brought patty pan squash. Most people have not heard or recognize patty pan. It looks like a completely different squash that you see at the grocery store. And so almost everyone asks, what is that? What type of squash? So I had an opportunity to educate our community members on what type of squash this is and what's the benefits, how to cook it. And so just having that engagement was, it was monumental. So
I love that. And, I think people, they really want to learn and they really want to be able to know what is exactly going into their mouths, into their bodies. And so that's amazing. So as an urban farmer, talk about some of the challenges that you have producing your own produce.
Well, I would say one thing that I think most farmers that's challenging is something we can't control sometimes, which is like weather. That's something that when it comes to growing food, there's little prediction as far as, I guess you could say, the timing of, different vegetables and crops. I would say that would be the most challenge as far as being an urban farmer. Sometimes weather is something that you cannot necessarily predict. So
I imagine. Because I think it was one season, maybe it was the drought that caused, for example, the watermelon, which people love watermelon. Instead of it being ready, sooner, like June, they were like, oh, now it'd be like past almost the 4th of July, which is, you never think about also just with like the pollution and the dumping and, climate change, how that literally affects everything, whether it's our breathing, like you said, our food. So I think it's really just a full circle of life that everything that we do has some type of consequence to
Absolutely.
It. So,
I agree.
All right. Well, how has being a vendor at the market impacted your business or visibility as an urban farmer? I know you talked about now you have more interaction with residents, but what other type of impact has that had on your business?
Well, you guys do a great job with social media. So just plugging in myself as Maddie's Garden and other vendors, just giving also everyone's individual audience be able to say, oh, wow, I didn't know that vendor was there and this is what they have to offer. And it's just kind of like you said, that circle there. Once that person's informed, they're more encouraged to come out and see, what you have to offer and just even meet just meet you and just kind of get to know who's the face behind their food.
I love that. I love that. So looking ahead, what can guests look forward to from you in your booth or you being a vendor for the rest of the season?
Well, for July, I'm very excited about our garden salads. That was a huge hit last year at D6, and we're looking forward to having those garden salads. So in my garden salads, it's literally a garden salad. Everything that's in it is from my garden. So usually it's either a lettuce or a spinach base, and I always include like my cherry tomatoes, banana peppers, and microgreens, and it's all in one, pretty much just bundle there. And so it gives our community members an opportunity to eat completely fresh. I always say all you need is a fork at this point.
I love that, especially because usually you get a little hungry when you shop around the different vendors and farmers, and also gives them a little preview to what they can buy from your booth. So I think that's really amazing, especially microgreens, because I hadn't heard of that myself, and so I started, going around to the different farmers markets, and they're really good. They have a little bite to it, but it's not bad. So I look forward to your salads. What about August? What can we look forward to in August?
August, we are probably going to be wrapping up those summer veggies, so it's almost like that last opportunity to enjoy those summer veggies, and we're going to slowly start moving into the fall.
Awesome. Well, I look forward to July and August from your booths and everyone else. I think this is such an amazing just initiative, and just the support has grown every year. And, we have our giveaways like July will be free barbecue and watermelon and more flowers.
Nice.
I think August is like free ice cream, and even more we're going to have Pilates. So really just a wellness perspective on the farmers market, just really expanding on the things. So, but I think it's so, and we had a cooking demonstration as well. So I think this is great for helping to promote healthy habits, sustainability, and pride in local architecture. It really goes back to really what our ancestors had, because they farmed, and the farm to table concept I talk about. And so when you eat healthier, you feel better, you can move better, and also it can cool you down a little bit from eating watermelon, for example, and fruits and vegetables, and not something so heavy during the summertime.
Very refreshing.
So Jacqueline, thank you so much for sharing your story and for being a part of this year's farmers market and past markets. Your work as an urban farmer brings so much value to our district and to the families who rely on fresh, accessible produce. To our listeners, don't forget to join us for the next farmers market on Saturday, July 11th and August 8th at 1:30 p.m. On July 11th, we'll be at Memorial Park, and August 8th, we'll be at the Grove, which is in Titusville. Come out, meet our vendors, enjoy live demos, enjoy the free giveaways, our free vouchers, and support our local farmers and architecture right here in Birmingham. So thanks for tuning in to Motion to Adjourn, and we'll see you at the market.
Birmingham's got stories worth hearing, straight from the people making impact. Motion to Adjourn brings you real conversations with local leaders, community partners, and residents building a better city every day. Tune in on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Stay informed, stay engaged, but most importantly, stay Birmingham.
Some updates and upcoming events that you should know about. Save the date for Block and Bloom. District 8 and the Flourish, Alabama invites you to a vibrant summer celebration at the Block and Bloom Safe Summer Concert Series. Enjoy an afternoon filled with live music, local artists, food, workshops, and community fun, all in the heart of Inslee. Join us Saturday, July 18th, starting at 2 o'clock p.m. at 19th Street, Inslee. This free, family, and pet-friendly event is a day of art, culture, and unity. Come experience the beauty of community in full bloom. Join us at the District 6 Summer Farmers Market. Councilor Crystal Smitherman invites you to a fun-filled afternoon on Saturday, July 11th at Memorial Park, beginning at 1:30 p.m. Come enjoy free watermelon, free barbecue, and free flowers while shopping fresh local goods and connecting with your community. Bring your family, bring your friends. Don't miss this feel-good summer event in District 6. Don't forget, our motion to adjourn mailbag is open, but we need it filled with your questions. Mailbag is your chance to connect directly with your city. Got a question, suggestion, or concern? We want to hear from you. Send us an email at bhamalcitycouncil@gmail.com and let your voice be part of the conversation here on the Motion to Adjourn podcast. Remember, together we're building a stronger community, one idea at a time.